Yes, sir. My name is Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, we're going to be doing a should you summon for the Ultra Rising greatest battle in the universe. That's what the battle's called. The banner's called. But the Kaioken banner, Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, is returning. And this is interesting because people might see this as a USS type thing, where USS is coming back, USS is going to be the Ultra, but I don't know, man. It feels like they just drop an Ultra whenever they want us to lose Chrono Crystals. They drop Vegeta and Trunks, and almost immediately they're going to drop another Ultra. With the fact that Broly's literally here, he's leaving, or he's already gone. Literally dropped last week, and the week, like, successively after, literally, we're getting another Ultra. Now, this Kaioken guy, he's probably, in my opinion, I think he's the worst Ultra. I genuinely believe this guy here is the worst Ultra, and let me tell you why. So I'm gonna dive into like every Ultra analysis. So we got the best Ultra in the game. We got Ultra Super I was gonna say Vegeta, too much bias in my head. Ultra Super Gogeta, the best Ultra in the game. He's literally been in the game for over 10 months. How can the meta for Ultra Super Gogeta last 10 months? Against all odds and all units, the only one meta that probably shook him up was probably the green yellow meta, which was just too perfect to be true with Kaioken, unfortunately, against my point. But Ultra Super Gogeta lasted a long time against all the odds. Literally, he was surviving. Standalone unit. He's that last guy on your Search and Destroy team when you all got wiped out and he just wipes out the whole other team. That's him. Cool. The next one we want to talk about is obviously Kaioken, and I would say the only reason he was good, which is why it's felt that he's so bad right now, is because he had the most ideal setup to actually make him look good. He literally had green yellow, Vados the green Vegeta, who is in my opinion the most scary unit on that team because of how he can lock you in with the ultimate, easily build up the buffs. With the fact that he's Zenkai'd, it was insane, and he was a big sleeper. But if you get 2 strike arts from him and he pops the ultimate, as long as you're not purple, odds are you're probably dying, bro. He be moving crazy, especially with people that have him higher stars. Outside of that meta, we saw Kaioken fall off at supreme rate, bro. He was literally just there to literally lock your strikes, and if you try to use his gauge too much, once people understood that, oh, he feels his gauge, he vanish steps, it's too easy to catch this guy. He might catch you off guard with the fact that his entry to the battlefield locks your strikes, but I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Cool. The next one we want to dive into, I got Kaioken at the bottom, by the way, so USG's first. I'm going in the order of their release, though. Number 3, we got Ultra Super Vegeta. Now, Ultra Super Vegeta is easily the second best Ultra in the game, and I'd say that without a doubt. But the only reason he fell off as fast as he did after releasing as the 3rd part character for the 4th anniversary is literally because he got the literal counter of all Super Saiyans against him, on top of the fact that counter is literally type advantage over him. It's literally the worst scenario that he could have got in the entire world. If Ultra Super Vegeta is Christ, literally Cooler is who I'm talking about. Cooler with his lock-in strikes, he's the Antichrist. That's how bad of a comparison it is. Literally, if Super Vegeta comes in, because he's a Super Saiyan, Cooler's going to come in, 1 strike cards, you're locked in, ultimate, boom, you're dead. That's for all Super Saiyans, and for the timing of his release, it's literally the worst thing that could have happened to Ultra Super Vegeta. So it's not that he's bad, but he literally had the worst scenario for any Ultra on their release. Literally, not even 2 months later, I think it's only 2 months later, Cooler dropped, bam, Antichrist with Super Saiyans. No Super Saiyans are allowed to run free. And unfortunately, he also got countered, but he's not the Ultra. But Broly is the last one I want to talk about, and Broly, literally, Broly, he's actually good. But even though he is meant to be an offensive unit with defensive capabilities, his defensive capabilities in terms of the value of his kit outweighs anything he can do offensively. He's literally just a meat shield, and we don't expect that for an Ultra. We don't want an Ultra to be a meat shield. We don't want to work him in a way that he's meant to be defensive and let other units do the actual attacking. Even though he can do damage, but there's a big difference at the star level you have him at. So I feel like it's really felt when you have him higher than 10 stars. But most people are not going to get him 10 stars. But the fact is, he's a defensive unit, but if you use him for his actual use and what his kit supplies, he's actually a very good unit. The top 3, obviously USG, USV, Broly, they're valid. Kaioken, he's literally a glass cannon. Even if you have him higher stars, the strike lock can catch you off guard, but outside of that, you're pretty much going to melt this guy, I'm not going to lie. So, with that being said, after I talked about all the Ultras, you should understand that you shouldn't be summoning for this guy. Fair enough if you want to run a God Key team, but if Gogeta Blue gets a plat, you're not going to have this guy see daylight, and you know that. If Gogeta Blue Zenkai's, also foreshadowing he's on the banner, you're not going to see playing time with this guy. If even SSBE Zenkai's or gets a plat, if they do him at least a tiny bit of justice, we only need 10% of justice, he wouldn't see more playing time than Kaioken. And with the fact that this guy's an Ultra, you shouldn't expect the Zenkai or a plat from him anytime soon. It is possible, but even then, why would they not just give plats to the free-to-play ones before they even think about Ultras? On top of the fact that when this guy released, he was so dominant with his team, they'd be making a big mistake in just reviving that team off rip, and I don't think that's what anybody wants. So even though this banner lasts, how long does it last? So we got +4, +3, that's 7 days, that's a whole week. That's a whole week. Even though it lasts 7 days, I don't advise summoning on this banner under any circumstance. I had to really go in and break down why this banner isn't valuable. You might be thinking about it like, oh, you get a guaranteed sparking every time. I might get Gogeta Blue Rose. Bro, even the side characters are not good. SSBE would only be good if he gets a really good plat or a Zenkai. And even then, you can only really do numbers with him if you have him at a decent star level. Even at 9 stars is probably not enough. Rose's literally got a Zenkai and he feels no different. You can do numbers with him if you really just prioritize him on the team. But why would you do that, man? There's so many better units in the meta. If we look at Gogeta Blue, if you have him at 14 stars, you can actually do some numbers with him. Even at 9 stars, I think it's only because he has such a dominant card, the green card, that he can actually do numbers. But really and truly, you shouldn't be thinking that Gogeta Blue is going to keep you alive. Let's be honest, man. He's not a main fighting unit in the meta. And I'd say Vegeta is, but he's not. Vegeta can catch you off guard, but he's not the guy that you really want to be summoning for. To even consider summoning for Kaioken just because Vegeta's here is stupid. And if we're looking at who else is here, they're not even of value to consider. On top of the fact that I believe Rose, you can literally just catch him on a different banner. Gogeta Blue's on literally like every banner, and the value of him all over the place. Like, don't chase him. SSBE, don't even bother, man. You can catch him somewhere else. And if there is a USS Ultra anyways, let's say, hypothetically speaking, the next Ultra is a USS unit, odds are you will see SSBE on it anyways, so Kaioken isn't going to be the one you want. Maybe the next Ultra, if it's USS, would actually buff Kaioken, but then chasing this Ultra before the next Ultra, which is probably the main following point, the fact there's going to be an Ultra coming very, very soon, most likely 100, like, it's not even most likely, we're expecting it. It's what the case is. We've got part 1 and part 2 of the festival. This banner lasts a week, but we know that the raid should finish on the 30th of December, and then the festival actually ends on the 18th. Ultra banners don't last long, so that's enough time for them to actually fill an Ultra banner. If part 2 actually started a bit later, then I wouldn't expect an Ultra banner anytime soon, but because we're actually going to have enough time, 18 days, 19 days give or take, from the 30th when the festival raid ends for part 2 with Fusion Zamasu, you should actually expect that it's going to be an Ultra. And if it's USS related, it kind of makes this guy void, but it could make him valuable. But with nowadays, when a character drops, you just put them on whatever units are the best. So Pan might still be in the meta. Zamasu is even really good. You might see Beast Gohan just come out of nowhere, literally. Just put the Ultra on leader and then slap on whatever team you're using anyways. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say for this video. You shouldn't be chasing any other sparkings as well, so I'm not even going to talk about them for 1 second. It's literally just the LFs you consider and the fact that there's obviously the Ultra. But I needed to go really into, because people make the mistake of summoning. Like, what's the hell? Like, don't summon on this banner, please, man. And then you're going to DM me like, oh, I summoned, I shouldn't have done it. I should have listened to you, Zach. Bro, I ain't trying to hear it. Don't DM me no foolishness like that. Cool. Appreciate you guys for watching, man. Press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 40,000 subscribers. Hopefully we hit 35,000 subscribers. I also want to point out that I stream every single day, so if you see me live and you want to ask me any questions, maybe if you have a very specific scenario and you want to summon, fair enough, come into the live stream 9 PM to 11 PM GMT every single day, ask your question. Maybe if you DM me, Twitter and Discord are the best odds, but you get a longer reply if you DM me. Live streams are the way forward to actually get a response out of me. But yeah, we're on this grind to 40,000 subscribers, hopefully 35,000 subscribers by the end of the year. All my social media links are at the top of the screen. This is the YouTube channel. We've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link, all in the description below. So make sure to check me out on all of those. One thing I want to ask, actually, just to leave out the video. Do you guys think it's more likely we'll get a Gogeta Blue Zenkai or a SSBE Zenkai? If it's going to be an Ultra Gogeta Blue, so a movie's Ultra, I think it's more likely we'll see this guy get a Plat or a Zenkai. But if it's USS, I could easily see SSBE being the one. But let me know what you guys think and which one you're more leaning towards. I'm hoping more likely Gogeta Blue gets a Platinum equip. SSBE maybe a Zenkai, but he wouldn't do twice at both of them at the same time. I don't know. Appreciate you guys for watching. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.